Okay, so now we begin the designing of our tiny house layout. Um, we've got a set of rules here that you'll find in workbook 4. So we're just going to follow these in order to actually design the layout on our tiny house, whether that be in Gravit or Illustrator. For this video, there'll be no Illustrator tutorial because all the tools work exactly the same for this specific video in Illustrator. So if we go over to Gravit, by now you should have your exterior walls and your dimension guides ready to go. You should have all your furniture pieces on the side here ready to place onto your layout. So if we look at the workbook, in our bathroom we need a toilet, a shower and a sink. So these are these three icons here. So if we drag those over, place them in here ready to go. So obviously we need the shower to be able to fit. So we drag that shower over. And we want it against the wall. We've got the toilet here. Usually the toilet can fit against a wall. Obviously you don't want anything blocking the toilet as people need to sit, and you don't want anything blocking the opening of the shower because people need to exit and enter. So these are things you need to think about when designing your rooms. So I think I'll put my basin around here somewhere. For now, I'm going to go over the other side. I just need to open a new file. You can see I've accidentally left off my bed on this one. So I'm going to gather my bed from another file here, which is fine. And I'm going to place my bed on the other side of the house so I can keep this center space for the kitchen and the lounge room and dining. But it's up to you. You could have the lounge room and dining all on the left here. You could have it all on the right, or you could have it scattered across the house in two different places. This is where the designing comes into play, and you need to make these decisions for yourself. So for the bedroom, you can see we need a bed, so we've got the double bed, and we also need a wardrobe. And a wardrobe is simply represented with a rectangle. So I'm going to make my wardrobe nice and big, and all we want to do when we fill that, we want to make it white, and we want to give it a border of 1 point. So there we go, we have a bed and a wardrobe. So for the next room, we've got our kitchen. So we've got our oven hot plates, which are these here, which is the top of our stove. We've got our fridge, and we've got a sink, and we've got a kitchen bench. But we can see in here, we also need a pantry, whether that be large or small, that's your choice. Because technically, in a tiny house, essentially you're not going to have that much storage. So I'm going to go along this north wall here. May as well bring all the items over. So we want these flush against the wall. So I've got my stove, my fridge, and my sink here. So generally these three run together in a kitchen, and usually they sit quite close together, or you can have a gap, up to you. I'm going to have my kitchen bench as an island, so that's going to sit directly opposite. If I can drag it, there we go. So remember, when dragging, you have to hold exactly on the line, and you have to be using the black cursor. So the pointer tool rather than the sub-select tool. So now I'm going to place my dining table. So I think that's important where that sits in the house. I'm going to sit it in the corner here, so that way I know I'm going to be able to add some windows, get some nice light when people come over for dinner or wherever I'm sitting for dinner. Then I've got my two couches, so we can see in number 4 here we need a couch, large and small, and a dining table. So I've done my dining table, got my couches here. I'm going to spin that around. So I'm going to use this wall for my TV wall. I'm also going to have my entry here, so I need to leave a space in the middle there. But once you put in your exterior and your interior walls, and your windows, you can then reassess your furniture placement and exactly where that goes. So I have forgotten something. I have forgotten to put in my pantry. So I'm just going to use this rectangle here. I'm going to make this pantry about this size here. So we can imagine as well that we have storage under this kitchen island, and this pantry would go up to the height of the roof. So we have plenty of storage to work with there. I'm going to move that out a bit so we can imagine someone cooking in here. You could walk around. So there you have it. I've got my bathroom, my bedroom, my kitchen here, my dining table, and my couch area or living room area. And this is where my TV would be along the wall here. So the next step is putting in your interior walls, windows, and doors.